Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So I saw videos where this man granted interview, and the interview, I don't know what to say because some people really think they are smart. And the fact that some people do not use their brain is something I don't understand. How do you believe this man? This man that has proven to you several, in different occasions that you cannot trust me, and you all are still going out there putting all your trust on him. It must really be very good. And I really cannot wait to start seeing you all cry because tears out it is really going to be a very tearful 2025 for some certain people, not for everybody, because Black people already saw this ahead of time and they try as much as they can to avoid it. Some people did not see anything, right? To them, they are the ballers because anything that they can do to make sure that people like me are not in power, or they are that they are still like the minority or something like that, we absolutely make you understand the kind of people they are. And then in the end, they act like we are the smartest people, and you find that are people that are acting smart do not know anything. Because if you know anything, you definitely will sit through this man's lessons and know that this man wasn't ready for anybody. The fact that he convinced you people that he is going to bring down the prices of food, eggs, and all that, tariff, and all that, and some of you did not even like. I just do not understand. You know what? Let's get into this.
Donald Trump thinks he made up the word groceries, and suddenly people started using the term. But now he says he also cannot lower the price of groceries. Your thoughts?
Well, the thing about this coming presidency that we can actually hope for is that Donald Trump's not going to do what he said he was going to do. Like, if you take the list of things he said he was going to do, most sane people would want him to fail at most of those things. And then the other things, we'd all love him to stop inflation. Just stop it.
Yeah.
That's impossible. It's never happened. It won't happen. And so that he knows that that's not going to happen. He has no policy. The only policy he came up with that has any direct relationship to inflation is the most inflationary policy a government can come up with, which is tariffs.
So what are we doing here? Like, seriously, what did y'all really vote for? Because I kept saying for months, years even, that the rise of Trump and MAGA once again to the White House was a result of essentially white America trying to reestablish control in this country. But you guys told me no, there were so many other reasons. The first thing out of all of your mouths were, he's going to fix the price of groceries. I can't afford to buy eggs because when I go to the grocery store, they cost $6, $7, $8, sometimes $9. Joe Biden is responsible for the prices, and Kamala Harris is not going to change the prices. Despite the fact that she was the only candidate between the two who actually had a plan to bring down price gouging. But we're not going to get into that. You guys told me it was all about the economy. Trump was president before and everything was great. So when he gets back into office, he is going to fix everything the Democrats messed up, starting with the groceries. But here we are. Once again, here we are as we continue to go through this over and over and over again since that man started running for office, debunking, walking back, and essentially laughing in his constituents' faces when he lies right to you and you continue to vote for him. This man was asked straight up, if you fail to bring down the food prices, do you think your presidency will be considered a failure? And he says no. Why does he say no? He goes, they got them up. I'd like to bring them down, but it's hard to bring things down once they're up. It's almost like we had been saying that this whole time. It's almost like the plan of action to bring down those prices had already taken place. You guys still scoff at the idea that inflation is down to a normal rate right now as we speak. the GDP being the healthiest that it's been since the end of COVID. None of that matters to you guys. None of the actual facts about our country matters to you guys. You just care that this guy is president. You get to sit at home and you get to go, oh man, liberals are mad. Keep crying. Trump won. Blah, blah, blah. And this dude is ruining the country for you too, by the way. But that's fine, because just like a cult leader does, he has locked it into your brains that it doesn't matter what he does while he's in office. And it doesn't matter what happens when he's out of office. Everything is perpetually not his fault. I don't even have to go over to MAGA pages and figure out what these people are saying, because I guarantee they're already making their excuses. Because excuses is all you have, all right? You definitely don't have promises, and you definitely don't have a president who is trying to keep them. And at the end of the day, all you guys can really fall back on is the bully tactics, the keep complaining, the Trump is your president, the I don't care what you say, he won. But that doesn't do anything. You don't have to convince us that he is a good choice for this country. You need to convince yourselves that he's a good choice for this country. And things like this are further proof that he does not have your best interest at heart, let alone anybody's. So what are we doing here? Huh? Can we finally be honest about why y'all were so horny to get this man back in the office? It wasn't the economy.
Hey guys, so remember when Donald Trump said this repeatedly on the campaign trail?
We will end inflation and make America affordable again. We're going to get the prices down. We have to get them down. It's too much. Groceries, cars, everything. We're going to get the prices down. But prices will come down. You just watch. They'll come down, and they'll come down fast, not only with insurance, with everything. So tomorrow, I will end inflation. We will cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices. I will end inflation. End inflation. Slash your prices. To rapidly reduce inflation, I will end inflation very quickly. You know, end inflation. Slash your prices. We will cut your taxes. End inflation. Slash your prices. We're going to get your prices down. Now we're bringing the cost down.
As well as this.
It'll all happen very quickly. This will rapidly drive prices down, lower interest rates, and put more money into the pockets of American consumers. It'll also bring your grocery bill way down. I have more complaints on grocery. The word grocery, you know, it's sort of simple word, but it sort of means like everything you eat. The stomach is speaking. It always does.
Yeah, well, about that. You know, he seems to be kind of walking that back just a little bit. Here he is in his interview recently on Meet the Press with Kristen Welker when she asks him point blank if he's going to keep that promise. Take a listen.
I want to delve into one of your signature promises on the campaign trail, which was to end inflation, to lower prices. You are now proposing tariffs against the United States' three biggest trading partners. Economists of all stripes say that ultimately consumers pay the price of tariffs.
I don't believe
Can
it.
you guarantee American families won't pay more?
I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee tomorrow. But I can say that if you look at just pre-COVID, we had the greatest economy in the history of our country. And I had a lot of tariffs on a lot of different countries, but in particular China. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars, and we had no inflation.
So then Kristen follows up again on the subject of tariffs, and here's what Donald Trump said.
Field.
Sir, your previous tariffs during your first administration cost Americans some $80 billion, and now you have major companies from Walmart, Black & Decker, AutoZone saying that any tariffs are going to force them to drive up prices for their consumers. How do you make sure that these CEOs, that these companies don't, in fact, pass on the cost of tariffs to their consumers?
They cost Americans nothing. They made a great economy for us. They also solve another problem. If we were going to have problems having to do with wars and having to do with other things, tariffs, I have stopped wars with tariffs by saying, you guys want to fight, it's great, but both of you are going to pay tariffs to the United States at 100%.
So first of all, it's very clear that Donald Trump thinks tariffs are magical. He thinks that they're magical. He thinks that they are the secret to all good things in the economy. Somebody must have told him about tariffs, told him about William McKinley and how McKinley was the greatest president, and that's when America was great. Now he's going to make it great again using tariffs. He obviously truly, sincerely believes in tariffs and thinks that that is the secret to the good economy that he had when he was president. When the fact is the economy was good before COVID because it was still the Obama economy. Basically, nothing changed. Donald Trump didn't do anything, and the limited number of tariffs that he did impose on specific items from China did not make the economy great, and a lot of the tariffs that he imposed actually caused huge problems in the agricultural sector, but he papered that over by his administration handing out subsidies and money to farmers who were losing money because of tariffs. Kristen Wicker points that out, and he just says, no, it's not true. He clearly cannot be persuaded that tariffs are bad. And now take a look at what he said to Time magazine in the article for which he was named Person of the Year. So I'm going to read from the transcript of the article. It's obviously a print article, so I'm going to read Trump to you verbatim. Pray for us, sister, because he don't talk good, because, you know, he is 78 years old and his mind tends to wander. So be patient with me. I'm going to read his exact words. Question from Time. If the prices of groceries don't come down, will your presidency be a failure? Fair question. Trump's answer. I don't think so. Look, they got them up. I don't know who they is. Some mysterious they got them up. They got them up. I'd like to bring them down. It's hard to bring things down once they're up. You know, it's very hard. Okay, I thought he said they were going to come down fast and it would be really simple and really easy because he's got some magical solution. Now he's saying it's hard. That's not what he said during the campaign. Let's keep going. But I think they will. I think that energy is going to bring them down. So drill, baby, drill is going to make grocery prices go down mysteriously with tariffs. Okay, that's what he thinks. I think a better supply chain. I think a better supply chain is going to bring them down. You know, the supply chain is still broken. It's broken. You see it. And now here comes the weave. You go out to the docks and you see all these containers. And I own property in California in Palos Verdes. They're very nice. And I pass the docks, and I've been doing it for 20 years. I've never seen anything like it. You know, for 17 years, I saw containers, and, you know, they'd come off and they'd be taken away. Big areas, you know, in that area, you know, where they have the big ships coming in, big. The part, and I'd see this for years, and I was out there inspecting and things because, and you'd see a big port, and I'd see this for years as I was out there inspecting property and things because they own a lot in California. And I look down and I see containers that are 12, 13, 14 containers. You wouldn't believe they can hold each other. It's like crazy. No, the supply chain is broken. I think a very bad thing is this, what they're doing with the cars. How did he get on cars? I think they lost also because of cars. You know, there are a lot of reasons, but the car mandate is a disaster. The electric, the EV mandate. And then he goes on to apologize for putting down electric cars because he likes Elon Musk. Oh God. So, first of all, I have no idea what he was talking about. He went on a weave, and he kind of lost his train of thought, and he went into the docks and the cars and things. If you can make sense of that, you're a better person than me but the bottom line of what he said there is that no, he can't actually guarantee that prices will come down. And this is actually a really important point, and I'm going to show you why. The swing voters who produced the narrow victory for Donald Trump, these are not the hardcore Trumpers who were overwhelmingly white, who were, overwhelmingly white working class evangelical voters, non-college evangelicals, or the Harris voters who were much more diverse, tended to be more urban dwellers, and tended to be more collegiate. I think they were 40% had college degrees, so it's just more collegiate, etc. The voters in the Trump middle category, the ones who lean toward Trump but are Swing voters, meaning they swing back and forth between the parties. They have no firm allegiance to either party. Those are the key voters in this last election, and he won them. They tended to be younger. They tended to be a little less white. They tended to be more 18 to 49, and they were very focused on the economy and prices. These are voters who basically believe in Elon Musk, right? They think Elon Musk is really smart, and these are voters who tended to like him. When it comes to black voters who were, Trump leaning, they tend to actually have a much more favorable view of the Trump presidency and believe that they did better under Donald Trump economically. And this is true about black, brown, and white voters who voted for Trump. They tend to have a mismemory of the Trump era, as does Trump himself, let's just be fair, as it being an era of prosperity for them. And so these swing voters are economic voters. They vote on the economy and how prices look to them in their own lives. And now look at what these swing voters want Trump to do more than anything else. It's not deport illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants. It's not do anything with trans people. It's not a national abortion ban. The voters who actually got him elected, they care about one thing more than anything else: lowering costs and inflation. Look at that. People who were Biden to Trump swing voters, 52% of them say that the most important issue is lowering prices. By voters who didn't vote at all, who dropped off, who were Biden voters in 2020 but didn't vote this time, 4 in 10, little more than 4 in 10. This is their most important issue. And all voters, it's 53%. It was the issue in this election: inflation and the cost of things. Social Security and Medicare, these folks, very important to them to keep it. 35% of Biden to Trump voters want to make sure that Social Security and Medicare are strengthened. Elon Musk is already promising to cut those things. The people coming in are looking to maybe privatize those things and also to cut veterans care and veterans health care. This is not what these swing voters voted for. Middle class tax cuts, only important to about a quarter of voters across the board. Billionaires paying their fair share, 15 to 25% of voters, 25% of voters overall. But in terms of the voters who swung toward Trump, only 15% care about billionaires paying their fair share. It's weird, but it seems like these are voters who tend to revere the rich. They tend to think that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are going to help them. Cutting government spending, not that important to these voters. Only a quarter of them said this is their most important issue. Access to health care, just as important as cutting government spending. So these are voters who tend to be frugal-minded. They want government spending cut, yes. They want health care access, yes. But making rent affordable, those three things are equally important to the Biden to Trump voters. 25, 23, and 26%. Equally important to them that they get affordable rent, healthcare access, and government spending cut. They want all three things at the same time. Donald Trump's plans literally cannot do that. Making home buying affordable, less important. These people tend to maybe be renters, and they're much more looking at rent affordability than home ownership affordability. And then some of the other things that we saw the Harris campaign really lean into: good paying jobs. We have almost full employment. That doesn't seem to be the biggest issue for these voters. Tax credits for families and kids. Tax credits generally are not that popular with voters because they're like, what's that? I need cash. No taxes on tips, single digits. That didn't seem to be what resonated with these voters, at least not these swing voters. That's in the single digits across the board. Help starting a business, also very low, because these people are not necessarily starting businesses. They just need to survive. So are these survival voters going to be satisfied with Donald Trump saying he maybe can't lower costs after all? Doesn't seem likely, because that's literally why they voted for him. So for me, the question becomes, where do these voters put the disappointment when tariffs, mass deportations, and Trump's other plans don't lower the cost of goods? Chat about it in comments, and I'll see you soon. Good luck out there.
Why did Trump really have y'all believing he was going to bring down the prices of groceries and other things? Like, sometimes it seems like, and that you can vote for him, you can vote for anybody, I don't care. But it seems like some people don't really realize the country that we actually live in. These companies here don't give a F about you. They don't care about the people. They don't want y'all to be successful. Understand, there is no country on earth that knows you are buying eggs for $5 and then going to be like, you know what? Let's bring it down to $3. No. No. If they know you're making money selling these eggs for $5, they're going to keep selling them for $5. Now, maybe the price going up from there, maybe that could stop. But companies are not just going to magically start dropping all their prices. No. I'm sorry, but that's not the country we live in.
So he told them that he was going to lower gas prices and food prices, and they believed him. They were all over this app counting cheese slices. They were all over this app talking about going into Whole Foods, getting a few items and spending $75 and how ridiculous this is. They were all over this app filling up their big Ford F-150 trucks, showing us how much they spent to fill up the trucks, expecting us to feel sorry for them, insinuating that the gas prices are out of control. They were doing all of that as proof. They were presenting that to us as proof, as the reason why they were going to vote for Donald Trump. He was going to lower gas prices. He was going to lower food prices. Life is going to be so much better. This is what happens when you follow along with someone that all he does is lie. And you knew he was lying. You know he's a liar. This is what happens. Now y'all quiet, y'all silent, y'all over there sitting in the corner because y'all learning what tariffs are. And he's telling you that he can't lower gas prices and he can't lower food prices. As a matter of fact, what you're paying now, it's going to be more if he implements those tariffs. Yeah, now y'all over there in the corner, sitting quietly, sucking on your thumb, wondering what it is that I just do. You voted for a liar. You voted for a racist. You connected with him on your racism. You thought because he was white and you was white that he was going to elevate y'all and put black people back in their place. That's what y'all thought. And y'all was going to be reaping in the benefits of Donald Trump making black people subservient. That's what y'all thought. Well, we'll see. He hasn't even made it into the White House yet, and we're dealing with nothing but chaos. We're dealing with him and his administration bullying our allies. We are under threat of not being able to get electricity in our country because of how he is bullying Canada. We are under threat of not being able to get fresh fruits and vegetables in this country because of how he's trying to bully Claudia Sheinbaum, the president of Mexico, because they told Donald Trump, what you do to us, we will then do to you. Yeah. It hasn't even started yet. Baby, soon as he takes the oath of office, it's going to get a whole lot worse. Listen, I'm headed to the dealership. I got some papers to sign. I'll see y'all later.
So now that Trump has came out and said, hey, I don't know how I'm actually going to lower these grocery prices, and honestly what I'm going to do probably is going to raise them. What's going to be the new thing to say? I'm pro-Trump. I love Trump so much because what did you vote for? Grocery prices. Remember, you didn't vote for the wokeness. You voted for grocery prices. How's that going? You believed a man who has gone to the grocery store once, and it was during his fucking campaign. That man doesn't even know what a Walmart looks like inside. That's stupid.
Donald Trump is now admitting that he won't be able to lower grocery prices after running his entire campaign on lowering grocery prices. Donald Trump was selected by Time magazine to be Person of the Year, which is just someone who had the most impact, and that impact can be good or bad. But they did an interview with Donald Trump along with this cover. And near the end of the article where they're talking about this interview, they said, quote, yet already Donald Trump is moving the goalposts on some of his pledges, like lowering the price of groceries. He said said, quote, "It's hard to bring these things down once they're up. You know, it's very hard." MAGA got played. Trump ran his entire campaign on lowering grocery prices. He never told us how he was going to do it, just that somehow, magically, he was going to be able to. And now even he himself is basically saying, yeah, it's not going to happen. If you supported Donald Trump based on the idea that he was going to somehow be able to lower your prices, understand that he lied to your face. He lied straight to you, didn't care. He said whatever it took to get elected. And now we have this maniac who's not going to do anything for the next 4 years.
So let me get this straight. Donald Trump's biggest promise during his campaign was that he was going to be able to lower gas prices and lower grocery prices. But now, since he's been elected, he's come out and said that he can't guarantee that he can lower gas prices and grocery prices. So MAGA, he fucking lied to y'all. How does that make y'all feel?
I don't care if Donald Trump doesn't lower prices at the grocery store. I voted for Donald Trump because he hates all the same people I do, and he's going to make their lives a living nightmare the next 4 years. Anyway, I'm late for church. Blessings.
So this is all I got from this video, and I don't think I am going to I am not disappointed, because this was the major thing Black people was trying as much as they can to educate other people on the disadvantages, right, of them voting against their own interests. Like before the election, some of them really did not even understand some certain things. That is to tell you how dumb some people are. They are like politically unintelligent, right? And some people think when you want to vote, like it's all about feelings, emotions, and all that. I have said it several times that during election, you put feelings and emotions aside, because you really have to be mentally smart and intellectually capable to understand some certain things. Now, while we were talking about, because I saw some of them coming out to say that they really cannot wait to afford food to eat. That was their first the first thing they started saying. We cannot wait for him to win because I feel like prices of food will really be very low. I saw a video a woman made sometime talking about how cheese are very expensive now, and she cannot afford to make as much as she wants to make for her daughter who is in school, you know. And then, I just do not understand why they were so busy thinking that this one is just going to come and lower the prices of everything. And the prices of before the election, Black people tried to educate them on tariffs, but these people did not listen because they felt like Black people were looking for a way to buy votes or get them to be on their side and all that. They were really very adamant. I also remember about videos where some migrants were talking about all these people of color. We're talking about how people that look like me are so rate disease, and they do not understand what they are doing, saying in this election that Kamala Harris is not qualified enough to be a president. That Black people are the ones pushing her so hard, right? Now we all can see that the reason why you all voted for this man is now mission, because that is what I see now. I don't know how you all are going to see this man is not here. We have some couple of weeks before he gets into office, right? And you all are already feeling the heat, but pretending that you are not feeling it. The truth is that I have really understood that Black people already have made up their mind, because I love the fact that when some certain things happen and you decide to make up your mind, you find peace within yourself and also try to strategize on how to move forward, on how to navigate the coming years and all that. But the reality is that these people, the ones that are screaming he's going to bring down the price of food and all that, and now they are seeing all this video, they are in shock. Is this true and all that? Some are like, it's not going to happen. Let's see, wait. That is to tell you how dumb some people are. Now they are saying, let's wait, see he becomes a president and see if he's going to do it or if he's not going to do it. Now this man is going to become the president, right? And they start seeing all the things he has said, he has told them so far. And they feel like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe he needs some time to balance or, in the office before working. And then they find out that, when people are in denial, they are absolutely going to be in denial. And it's going to be one of the most amazing, like the best time of my life, because I really cannot wait to start seeing them smiling around, because it's going to be smiling around real soon. You all think you are smart. Man, we are going to find out who is smarter in few months to come, because you all refuse to listen. You think it's all about you. Some of you do not even, they think that we do not deserve anything good. For that reason, let's satisfy ourselves first, because we cannot afford to lose this power. This was some people's opinion. Some people were like, cannot afford to for this power to shift, because they feel like, well, according to some of them from videos that I saw and brought here, some of them feel like they will have to depend on black men to feed, and black women will become the heir apparent, like, the real uh, big wives of Los Angeles or Miami and all that. So for that reason, let's do what we can do as people to make sure that that did not happen. This is what they are doing, and they think it is going to be well with them. Let's watch out as him, because we are almost there. Fafo is really something that they cannot avoid. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.